Well, hey there, guys, and it is 5:15 in the morning here in Los Angeles. Dear heavens. But we are here because it is the Oscar nominations time. It is time for the great Oscar nominations. Um, I'll be honest with you, I don't always stay up and watch the Oscar nominations because I'm not crazy. Or get up this early in the morning to watch the Oscar nominations because I'm not that crazy. But it is time. There's a lot of intriguing things going on here this year at the Oscar nominations, and they start up here in just a couple of minutes. And for those of you wanting to watch along, now I'm not going to have the audio on for this right here. So if you're going to watch along with me, open up another window in your browser and move it over and open up the Oscar nominations. If you're not sure where to watch them, let me put in a link on the live stream. I mean, there's many places you can go watch this, but I'll put a link in here on the live stream just so you can see what's going on and if you want to find it. And a couple of intriguing things this year. Number one is the best Oscar, obviously, best picture race. I don't think there is this is one of those years where there's not a definitive front runner. Where there's a definitive a film that is expected to kind of win everything. There's certainly a couple who have an advantage here. Like we're talking about Three Billboards, talking Shape of Water, talking The Post, films like that. I think Dunkirk has a shot as well. Best Director is going to be an interesting race as well. Look, who's going to get nominated for Best Supporting Actor? Obviously me. I want Patrick Stewart to get one of those nominations. I'm not sure that that's going to happen. So anyway, lots of stuff to be going on here today. Apparently the broadcast starts, if I look down at the clock here, it says 2 minutes and 50 seconds is when it starts. Why they do honestly, I don't know why they do these announcements this early in the morning. I mean, even on the East Coast, for heaven's sakes, it's only 8:15 in the morning on the East Coast. I mean, what's wrong with doing the announcements at noon when people are awake? I guess they want everybody, all the news outlets, to be able to put out all of their previews and all of their updates and their analysis of everything that went on with the nominations. I get it. That's interesting too. Another big interesting one, the big race, at least for me at any rate, is going to be visual effects. There were there were a number of bad films this year, but that had remarkable visual effects. And seeing how that all kind of shifts out. Now, honestly, a film that's bad, it shouldn't matter if a film is bad if one of their categories is really good. And we saw that at the Oscars the other year when Suicide Squad won an Oscar. What was it for? Best hair and makeup? Is that what it was for? It was either best hair and makeup or best costume or something like that. I can't remember which one it was. But, that's an indicator that the Oscars, when it comes to the individual categories, the Oscars don't, and they shouldn't care about the overall quality of the film. They're just thinking about that one category, and that's the way it should be. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of approach they take to certain films this year that had some really exceptional visual effects, if they get in there for some of those nominations as well. Best Actress is going to be an interesting one, of course. Cinematography is going to be a big one. I think a lot of people a lot of people seem to think it's a shoo-in for Blade Runner 2049 for Best Cinematography. We're down to 1 minute before this broadcast starts. And, pardon me, guys, I've been sick, so forgive me. Just a lot of stuff to see. Now, we're going to find out here what happens to Logan. Does Logan, that's one of the most interesting things from my perspective this year does Logan get any of the bigger nominations? I don't suspect it will. I don't suspect that it will get a Best Picture nomination, although I really hope it does. I don't suspect that Patrick Stewart will get a Best Supporting Actor nomination, although I 100% believe he deserves it. I'm not certain it'll get a Best Adapted Screenplay nomination, although it was nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay by the Writers Guild of America. Interestingly enough, a lot of members of the Writers Guild of America who nominated Logan for that are also voting members of the Academy. So will that have any impact on it? Don't know about that either. So, Best Animated Feature, it's probably a walk-away win for Coco. I see a number of you guys here in the comment section already talking about that. Let's see. A lot of people are saying Dunkirk for that. Razzie Awards were yesterday. Yes, the Razzie Awards were announced yesterday. I love the Razzie Awards. And oh, it looks like something's happening here. Oh, they went from one countdown clock to another. Now we got another countdown clock. 2 minutes until the broadcast starts. But it's going to be also interesting to see how many films get nominated for Best Picture this year. Pardon me. Are we going to have a year where we get 9 or 10? Or are we going to have a year where it comes in a little bit short of that? If we do get into, like, we already know what some of the top spots are going to go to, right? We've already mentioned a couple of them. Dunkirk is going to get nominated for Best Picture. That much we know. Shape of Water is going to get nominated for Best Picture. That we know. Lady Bird is most likely going to get nominated for Best Picture. I don't think it deserves to be nominated for Best Picture, but whatever. It's probably going to be nominated for Best Picture. The Post will probably be nominated for Best Picture. 3 Billboards is going to be nominated for Best Picture. But then you got some other films that's questionable. Will Darkest Hours get nominated for Best Picture? I think Gary Oldman's kind of a lock to win that award for actor, but will the movie get it? I, Tonya. I think we're going to see a couple of nominations, acting nominations specifically coming out for I, Tonya. But will I, Tonya get one of those bottom 4 or 5 nominee spots? And hey, guys, let's not Death Sync N117 Bernie writes in a question. John, would you prefer a new cast for DC or let's talk about the Oscars here today. Today we're here to talk about the Oscars. So let's keep our focus on that right now. We're down to about 30 something seconds before it comes in. And then obviously to me, when we're talking about those bottom 3 or 4 or possibly 5 spots, will they make room for a Logan? Which to me was the best film of the year. To me, Logan was the best movie of the year. So that should be there. Then you start getting some of the other categories. Because, then you're talking about director, which only has 5 nomination spots, just like everything else. The screen has gone black. Let's see if they're about to start streaming here, or if, like me, sometimes they're running into some technical difficulties. And here we go. They're starting their broadcast. For whatever reason, they seem to feel the need to have some kind of little opening presentation. Here we go. Hopefully you guys are watching along too. Why are they showing a montage of Oscar wins when this is just the nomination show? I don't know why they're doing that, but whatever. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Dallas Robinson's pointing out Wind River. Wind River was in my top 10 of the year. So I'd like to see Wind River get one of those nominations as well. Let's see. All right, here we go. And we get started. Good morning. Oh, my God, dude, I'm already half asleep. This guy's voice is going to put me in a coma. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay. Yeah, guys, some of you are saying no sound. Just so you're aware, I did mention off the top I'm not going to play sound because, unfortunately, I think I will get an audio loop going for that if I did sound. Let me try this here. I'll see if I can give sound to it. Let me know if we get big audio loops or not. Let me know if you guys get sound here. Okay, let's see here. Yes, I know, guys, I know the no sound. I told you I wasn't going to play sound because I'm risking having too much audio feedback. That's why I mentioned earlier in this broadcast to open up a separate window so you can have that. Let me know if you guys are getting audio from here now. All right. I love Tiffany Haddish. Why are they showing short videos? I'm not really sure. All right. They've decided to show short videos here. I'm not really sure why. All right, achievement in production design. Beauty and the Beast. Blade Runner 2049. Dunkirk.
And The Shape of Water.
No surprises there. Beauty and the Beast, Blade Runner, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Shape of Water.
Do you think they can install a steam shower in my house? Because they look like I need one.
Okay.
Now it's time for
All right.
the second category.
That was no surprises. Okay. Now we get into the next category here. And the next category is... And I don't know what these little... Why are they doing these little ridiculous montages here? There's just no point to it. No point for these little ridiculous montages. Okay.
For achievement in cinematography.
Here we go. Cinematography. I think people are going to riot if it wasn't Blade Runner. But Blade Runner 2049.
Darkest Hour.
Darkest Hour.
Dunkirk.
Dunkirk. No surprises so far. Mudbound. No surprise.
And The Shape of Water.
And The Shape of Water. I think a lot of people are going to be happy to see Mudbound thrown in there. A lot of people were wondering if they would put in a Netflix film in there. Okay.
Next are the creative geniuses who ensure that we actors dress the part.
All right, here we go.
Never naked on screen.
It's probably best costuming. Again, it's the announcements video. Why do you need these little dumb montages? They spent money producing these montages. These little set of... This is stupid. Just read the announcements. I tell you what, though, that cinematography, a lot of people think it's going to be automatic for Blade Runner. Don't count out Dunkirk. All right, costume design.
Beauty and the Beast.
No surprise, Beauty and the Beast.
Darkest Hour.
No surprise, Darkest Hour.
Phantom Thread.
Again, no surprise.
Shape of Water.
Oh, I'm a little surprised about that.
And Victoria and Abdul.
That movie is actually better. I mean, I know none of you saw Victoria and Abdul, but it's a really nice little movie. If you get a chance, go see it. And yeah, all deserving nominees. I have no beef so far.
Now,
None.
let's see our nominees in the next two categories.
And again, little videos for whatever reason. But they just want an excuse to put Zoe Saldana in this? I don't get it. So obviously they're talking about sound now. This little setup is obviously talking about probably sound mixing and sound design. All right, yes. Get to the nominees. Yes. Get to it. Come on, I didn't wake up at 4 in the morning to watch these little montages.
For achievement in sound editing.
All right, sound editing.
Baby Driver.
Oh, yeah, Baby Driver.
Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, that Blade Runner.
Dunkirk.
Dunkirk, obviously.
The Shape of Water.
I didn't think Shape of Water would get one for this.
And Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
And the audio, love or hate Star Wars: The Last Jedi, the audio and sound editing in Star Wars: The Last Jedi was remarkable. So, okay, the Shape of Water one, I wasn't expecting that, but these are all really good nominees.
Achievement in sound mixing.
And now sound mixing,
Baby Driver.
probably going to be a lot of the same
Blade
ones.
Runner 2049.
Blade Runner 2049,
Dunkirk.
Dunkirk, yeah.
The Shape of Water.
And
Star
so,
Wars: The Last Jedi.
not surprisingly, quite often it's the same set of of nominees. So Shape of Water is there too. Okay. Let's see what else we got here.
I gotta see this Dunkirk. It seems like a lot of people like it.
I love Tiffany Haddish.
The Last Jedi could do with a bit of a hand as well.
I know, yeah. We gotta watch both of those. Let's keep up the pace. Next video, please.
Or how about not next video? I know I keep complaining about it, but whatever. Is this gonna be original song? Either original song or score is what this one's gonna be. All right. Yeah, interesting. So far, I mean, a couple minor surprises, but so far, no beefs from me. No complaints from me about the nominees. Oh, animation. Okay.
For best animated
Well, this one's
short
the
film,
lock. Oh, short film. Okay.
Dear Basketball.
Oh, I actually saw that one. I don't often
Garden
see.
Party.
I didn't see Garden Party.
Negative Space.
I did see Negative Space.
And Revolting Rhymes.
I have not seen that one, I confess. But there are some years that the best short film nominees come out and I haven't seen any of them. So I'm actually happy I've seen a couple of them this year.
And now, here are the nominees for Best Live Action Short Film.
Probably haven't seen any of these.
DeKalb Elementary.
Nope, haven't seen that.
11 o'clock.
No, haven't seen that.
My Nephew Emmett.
I did see that!
Silent Child.
I haven't seen that.
And Watu Wote.
And I haven't seen that. But wow, I've seen like 3 of the short film nominees between animation and thing. I think that's a new record for me.
The last category proves that length doesn't matter.
Okay.
And now it's time for our
Tiffany.
next category.
What's it, editing? Well, she said length doesn't matter. So does that mean editing? I'm not sure. Okay, I just... This is... Academy, don't do this again next year, please. Okay. Yeah, it's original score. Okay. This should be interesting.
For original score, Dunkirk.
Yeah, because the score was a character in that movie. Oh, okay, Phantom Thread.
The Shape of Water.
I'm a little bit surprised by Shape of
Star
Water.
Wars: The Last Jedi.
Hey, John Williams getting nominated again.
And 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
You know what? The score for 3 Billboards was fantastic. I wasn't even thinking about it, but it deserves to be in there. A little bit, again, Shape of Water, a little bit surprised.
And now, the next category.
Oh, the next category. Well, it's never bad seeing Michelle Yeoh. I know you guys are probably getting as sick as seeing me react negatively to these stupid things as I am to seeing these stupid things, but it's just, this is infuriating. All right, visual effects. Here we go.
For achievement in visual effects.
All right.
Blade Runner 2000.
Blade Runner, no-brainer.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy, no-brainer.
Kong, Skull Island.
Oh, they did give... I was wondering about that.
Star Wars, The Last Jedi.
Obviously, Star Wars Last Jedi.
And War for the Planet of the Apes.
Okay, and more... Obviously, again, another no-brainer. So, there are a couple of films that did get left off there, but honestly, I have no real complaints about that list.
Without the master of their craft, without the masters of their craft in this category, the average movie would be like 18 hours long.
All right. Is that Molly Shannon? Yeah. All right. All right, film editing. Here we go.
For achievement in film editing, Baby Driver.
Oh, nice. That was
Dunkirk,
Baby Driver was brilliantly edited.
I, Tonya.
I, Tanya.
The Shape of Water.
Wow, Shape of Water sweeping
And
up.
3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
I'm surprised by the I, Tanya one. The editing didn't necessarily jump out to me on that one. Really happy to see Baby Driver in there because that's a wrap. That's a very trickily edited
And
film.
now, the final category in the first half of this morning's announcements.
All right. And one of the most beautiful women alive. I just say that because she starred in Clerks 2. She can win Oscars and everything, and I'll always just know her for Clerks 2. Sorry about that. So this is Best Hair and Makeup, obviously. Is this the Best Hair and Makeup? Is this the one that got that won for Suicide Squad? Rosario Dawson. Even like that, you look great.
For achievement in makeup and hairstyling.
Definitely Shape of Water is going to get nominated for this.
Darkest Hour.
Yeah, Darkest Hour.
Victoria and Abdul.
Yeah, that's a good one for it.
And Wonder.
Oh, just 3. And one of them was not Shape of Water. I thought Shape of Water would get that in there for sure. Okay, mark me a little bit
We
surprised.
still have more nominee announcements, but we'll be back in a moment.
A 1.5-minute break.
Why?
Take a nap.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Why a minute and a half break? It's 5:30 a.m. Why a minute and a half break? Do you have to reset all the montages? Anyway, So, okay, so the story here so far seems to be Shape of Water. I'm going to kill the audio on that right now. Shape of Water seems to be the story here so far. It's sweeping up, I think, Star Wars Last Jedi. What did it get there? 3 or 4 nominations. I lost count. They got 2 for sound. So 1 for there. Wonder for hair and makeup. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, that does make sense. You guys saying that that makes sense. Let's see. Well, no Wonder Woman. No kidding. No, Wonder Woman wasn't going to get nominated for any of those particular for those particular categories. So far, no big surprises. A couple of pleasant little surprises. The I, Tonya one was a little bit of a surprise. Nice to see Baby Driver getting recognized. Like, I've always thought the editing in Baby Driver was remarkable. Because a lot of times you get these action films that have these really frantic kind of cuts and edits, but they're just like sloppy cuts and edits. I thought there was a science to the cutting and editing in Baby Driver and the way that was edited out, taking the way it was shot and editing in such a way that it told the story. So, but I did not think it was going to get the nomination, actually, but I'm really happy to see that it got a nomination for that. It's really nice seeing Baby Driver getting some love. And you know, Charles Esther in the live chat is saying Kong Skull Island is up for an Oscar, but remember, it's up for a specific Oscar, which is Best Visual Effects. Nothing else matters. When you're talking about Best Visual Effects, it doesn't matter how good the movie is. It's just about how good were the visual effects. That's all that really matters. And sorry, guys, I'm going to have to pop a Halls into my mouth here. I'm just, this time in the morning, the cough is coming back in here pretty strong. But it's nice to see that. Let's see. Hall Love saying, I'm curious to see if Logan Lucky gets any love. I'm just not, I liked Logan Lucky very much. I'm just not sure what it would be nominated for. Like, it's certainly not getting nominated for Best Picture. It's certainly not getting nominated for any of the lead acting performances, although I like them very much, but they just weren't on that level. So I'm not sure what they would do. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is another example of a film that completely deserves this nomination for Best Visual Effects. I'm not sure it deserves an Oscar for, like, anything else, but it definitely deserves an Oscar for that area. So we'll have to see how that. People are saying Split, anything for Logan yet? No, but not really. I wasn't expecting Logan really to be nominated in any of those categories. It wasn't going to win for Best Score. It wasn't going to get nominated for Best Visual Effects. It had good visual effects, but they played a smaller role. But yeah, Andre's asking chances for Patrick Stewart. I mean, to me, that's the question. That's the big question going into the nominations here for me today. Will Patrick Stewart get a nomination for Best Supporting Actor? Because I believe by any measurement of criteria, Patrick Stewart should. I don't know that he will, but he absolutely should. So we should be getting now into some of the larger categories here, coming back out of the break. I don't know if Andy Serkis and Tiffany are going to be hosting the second half. Can I just mention I love Tiffany Haddish? I love her to death. I think she's fantastic. And I love Andy Serkis as well. But we'll see how that goes. Darth Fart saying Christopher Nolan better win Best Director. Don't count on it. Guillermo del Toro has a real shot at that. So I'm not really sure. But hey, at least Christopher Nolan got nominated this year. All right, and they're back.
Here we are, the nominees for performance by an actress in a supporting role.
All right, Best Supporting Actress. Here we go.
Mary J. Blige.
Yeah, from Mudbound, no surprise. That's really nice. She deserves
Allison
that.
Janney in I, Tonya.
I think Allison Janney's probably going to win this category.
Leslie Manville in Phantom
Oh, that's surprising to me.
Laurie
I'm
Metcalf
not
in
complaining.
Lady Bird.
Yeah, and that was a lock. She was going to get that nomination.
Octavia Spencer.
Oh, Octavia Spencer did get it. Get to get a spot for that. I'm really happy for her. That's great. I think Allison Janney probably wins it, though.
For performance by an actor in a supporting
All right, here we go. Actor in a supporting role. Willem Dafoe, obviously, totally deserves that nomination. Woody Harrelson in 3 Billboards, totally deserves it.
3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Yeah.
All right. Richard Jenkins for Shape of Water, no complaints there, but 2 spots left.
Christopher
Oh,
Plummer.
come on. Christopher Plummer was good in that, but that's a gimmick. And Sam Rockwell totally deserves that.
3 billboards bars outside Ebony, Missouri.
No complaints about four of them. I love Christopher Plummer, but he did not deserve that spot over Patrick Stewart.
For
Not at all.
best foreign language
All right,
film,
let's move on. Best foreign language film.
Fantastic Woman, Chile.
I must admit, I did not see Fantastic
The
Woman.
Insult, Lebanon.
I did see The Insult. That one's really good.
Loveless, Russia.
Did not see Loveless.
On Body and Soul, Hungary.
Did not see that one either.
And The Square, Sweden.
And I did not see Sweden's entry either. All right. What's next?
Best documentary short subject,
Best documentary short. I probably didn't see any of these.
Edith and Eddie.
And by the way, praise Kylo Guerra just wrote in, hey, thanks for waking up so early to do this. I feel like I'm watching it right next to you, so I just want to let you know how appreciative I am. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that.
Heroin.
Yeah.
Knife skills.
Yeah, I didn't see any of them
And
this year.
traffic stop.
All right.
All these titles make a woman from an urban area very uncomfortable. I'm just saying.
No, I'm totally up with you.
Okay, let's see what's next.
For best documentary feature, Abacus, Small Enough to Jail.
Oh, that one I did not see.
Faces, Places.
That one I didn't
Icarus,
see. Icarus I saw. It's really good, by the way.
Last Men in Aleppo.
I saw that one too. And Strong Island, I saw that one too. Okay, so I only missed out on a couple of these ones this year.
For original song,
Here we go, original song.
Mighty River from Mudbound.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that one. That
Mystery
makes
of
sense.
Love from Call Me By Your Name.
Yeah, it won't win.
Remember Me from Coco.
Remember Me is the only contender here.
Stand Up For Something.
On
from
top,
Marshall.
outside of This Is Me, yeah.
And This Is Me.
Yeah,
from The Greatest Showman.
the only song that poses a threat, I think, to This Is Me is going to be Remember Me from Coco. So we'll see how that goes.
Best animated feature film.
Oh, this one's a lock. I mean, Coco's going to win this.
Baby.
Boss Baby got nominated for Best. That's how bad of a year it was for animated
Coco.
film, folks. Boss Baby got nominated for Best
Burnout.
Animated. It's not terrible. The movie's not terrible.
And
This is
Loving
why
Vincent.
this is why this category shouldn't exist. This category should not exist.
Here are the nominees for adaptation screenplay.
Best adapted screenplay. Here we go. Will Logan
Call
get one
Me
of them?
By Your Name, James Ivory.
I didn't. Oh no, Call Me by Your Name is adapted. That's right. Okay.
The Disaster Artist, Scott New.
I'm glad to see the Disaster Artist get that.
H. Wilbur. Weber.
Yeah.
Weber. Logan Scott Frank and James Mangold.
Logan
and
got it!
Green.
Logan got Best Adapted Screenplay nomination. That's amazing.
Molly's Game.
Molly's Game absolutely deserves it. That's my second favorite movie of the year was Molly's Game.
And Mudbound. Virgil Williams.
And Mudbound racking up a bunch of nominations. All right, Patrick Stewart did not get his well-deserved Best Supporting Actor nomination, but Logan did get a nomination for Best Supporting Actor for Screenplay.
The Big Sick. Emily V. Gordon and Kumail.
Oh, I'm so happy to see The Big Sick get a nomination there. That's great.
Get Out. Jordan Peele.
Yep.
Lady Bird. Greta Gerwig.
Lady Bird.
The Shape of Water. Guillermo del Toro.
Shape of Water. Yeah, that
Vanessa
was a
Taylor.
no-brainer.
And Three Billboards Outside.
And Three
Ebbing,
Billboards.
Missouri,
Okay,
Martin
I did not really think they would give a Best Original Screenplay to The Big Sick. I am so happy. I love that
For
movie.
Performance by an actor in a leading role.
Best Leading Actor.
Timothy
Yeah.
Chalamet in Call Me By Your Name.
Yeah, that's what's expected. Daniel
Day-Lewis
Day-Lewis,
in
obviously.
Dancing Thread. Daniel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
That one surprises me a bit. I like Get Out very much, but
Yeah, you know.
really they nominated him for Best Actor over Hugh Jackman for Logan. Gary Oldman's the lock for
Gary
this.
Oldman in Darkest Hour. And Denzel Washington.
Oh, they gave it to
Roman J.
Denzel Washington.
Israel, Esquire.
Okay. I've got a couple of question marks in there, but okay, no big
And
complaints.
for performance by an actress in a leading role.
Best Leading Actress.
Sally Hawkins in The Shape of Water.
Sally Hawkins, she's going to be tough to beat, man. It's going to be either her or Three Billboards. Frances McDormand. It's going to be either Sally or Frances. I just feel it's going to be either Sally or Frances that wins this.
Margot Robbie in I, Tonya.
Margot Robbie was great in I, Tonya. Saoirse Ronan for Lady Bird. I'm not a big fan of Lady Bird, but she was very good in it. And of course, Meryl Streep for The Post. All right, so now it's director and then Best Picture.
Here are the nominees for Achievement in Directing. Dunkirk, Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan gets his nomination, ladies and gentlemen. It's about time.
Get Out,
Jordan Peele got nominated for Best Director.
Lady Bird,
Greta Gerwig. I mean, I'm not a fan of the movie, but the love that movie's getting is obvious. Paul Thomas Anderson gets nominated for Phantom Thread.
And The Shape of Water.
Guillermo del Toro. I think this one's going to be either Christopher Nolan or Guillermo del Toro. All right. Let's see how many nominations they give for Best Picture.
You want to do the big one for the Best Picture?
Well, I think we should both do it. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
You don't know me that well. You don't know me at all. And finally,
I love Tiffany, but she's struggling a little bit.
Here are the 9 films selected.
Okay,
as Best
9 nominees this year.
nominees.
Here we go. Call Me By Your Name. No surprise. No surprise there.
Get De Niro. And
Yeah, she's struggling.
Guadagnino, Emilia George, and Marco Morabito.
Poor Tiffany. Poor Tiffany. Darkest Hour. I'm glad.
Eric Fellner.
This was one of my favorite films of the year, was Darkest Hour. But I saw some momentum going away from him, so I wasn't 100% sure it was going to get a nomination for Best Picture. I'm glad to see it did. Dunkirk.
Emma Thomas,
Yep.
and Christopher Nolan, producers.
All right.
Get Out. Sean McKittrick, Jason Blum, Edward H. Ham Jr., and
All right.
Jordan Peele,
Get Out.
producers.
Again, no big shocks here, no big surprises.
Lady Bird.
Lady Bird,
Scott
no
Pilgrim,
shock, no surprise.
Eli Bush and Evelyn O'Neill, producers.
Phantom Thread.
Oh, Phantom Thread did get a
Joanne
nomination
Spelling,
for Best
Paul Thomas
Picture.
Anderson, Megan Ellison, and Daniel.
That might have been the spot Logan could have taken. So I'm not sure Logan's going to be in there.
The Post.
No surprise post. Then Three Billboards still needs to take up a spot.
Steven Spielberg and Christy McCaskill Currig, producers. Or preview.
Yeah, Shape
The
of Water.
Guillermo del Toro, and J. Miles Dale, producers.
And I actually think, I'm thinking Shape of Water might win it this year.
And Three Billboards.
And Three
Outside
Billboards.
Ebbing, Missouri, Graham Broadbent, Peter Zernin, and Martin McDonough, producers.
Yeah, Britt Bradford's mentioning in the thing there that we Detroit didn't get any love, which is too bad. Detroit's a really good movie, but there it is. So there's your 9 nominees. All good films, other than Lady Bird, but whatever.
Thank you very much, everyone, for watching this morning. And
All right.
congratulations to all the nominees.
And make sure you watch as we celebrate
Now,
the 90th
it was
of
also
Sunday night,
mentioned
March
here.
4th,
So who mentioned in the chat board here? It was Praise. Praise mentioned in the chat board. I just noticed that Armie Hammer didn't get nominated, and I think he was a lot of people's favorites, maybe to get one of those Best Supporting Actor nomination spots. Which I guess that's a little bit of a surprise. Nothing major here, though. I mean, I think for the most part, other than but this isn't the popular. Just because I thought Patrick Stewart was 100% deserved one of those spots doesn't mean I know not everybody did, so that's fine. So, but as far as surprises go, not a lot of huge shocks. Not a lot of huge shocks here. Phantom Thread getting nominated for Best Picture. I like the film very much. I didn't think it would be nominated for Best Picture, but there it is. And unfortunately, once I saw that was nominated, I thought that was Logan's spot. If Logan was going to get him, but hey, Logan a comic book movie this year did get one of the big nominations, Best Adapted Screenplay. Really happy to see that. That's great news for the movie. So anyway, guys, that's the nominations this year. Obviously, going to be talking about this in probably a lot more detail on the John Campea show in a couple of hours from now. Make sure you come back and join me for that. Right now, it is 5:50 a.m. here in Burbank, so I'm going to get changed and go to the gym quickly and then come back and do the John Campea show. Thanks, guys, for waking up with me and watching the nominations. Yeah, a couple of minor surprises, but nothing big. And I think probably most people are going to be okay with that. Again, I'm still just kind of irked that Logan didn't get a Best Picture nomination, that Patrick Stewart didn't get Best Supporting Actor. But whatever, I will get over it. Anyway, that'll do it for me for now, guys. Thanks for joining me. Make sure you come back for the John Campea show at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 11 a.m. New York time. And I will see you guys then. Take care.